Gather around, everybody. Gather around. Gather around. We won. We won the game. Come on in. We're going to let everybody take an opportunity to get in here. Oklahoma pulls out the W. A W that we all were very suspect would actually happen. But there was no doubt in my heart. I'm lying. There's a lot of doubt in my heart. So I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all. Whew. Good teams win. Great teams cover the spread. And y'all know I talk about that a lot. We definitely covered the spread. And yeah. Gather around. Thank y'all for pulling up. Give me just a minute. We will get started momentarily. The big thing for us right now is we actually won the game. And that's really the only thing I care about is that we won, right? But yeah, we needed that W to really just feel good about ourselves. All right, I'm getting things together. I see y'all in the comments. What's up, Lemon? What's going on, Topher? Thanks for pulling up. Ghost, eating crow right now. I love to see that. Lemon was first. Y'all can see the comments over there in the live chat. Got the live chat going next to me. Yeah, we won 34-19. We covered the spread, which good teams win, great teams cover the spread, right? Is that what we always say around here? Yeah. I am getting stuff together now. Gather around, pull up. Oh, man. I agree with y'all. This game took probably about 10 years off my life. But you know what matters? Is that we won the game. How y'all feeling? Hop in the comments. I know there's a lot of stress. Y'all need cigarettes. Y'all need drinks. I'm about to grab me a drink right now. I actually need to grab me a drink. A real drink. That's what I want to do right now. Just grab a real drink, but I'm going to get some water. We're going to hydrate ourselves with some agua. Because I would love to do that. Right? Gather around. Yeah, looking through here, man. I mean, technically, we put them away in this game. We technically put them away. I don't know why, Robert, you see 5 losses in a row coming. By who? Because I haven't seen very good offenses in the SEC besides Tennessee as of right now. Texas. I don't see where you see 5 in a row. Right? R. Mason Thomas got us something. That's right. That's right, Sooner Legend. R. Mason Thomas did it. It's what we've been needing out of him. We got 3 sacks. This is what we've been needing out of him. And he definitely got that game ball. Because R. Mason Thomas showed out. Shout out to him. 3 sacks to close the game. Like, who does that? Right? Who does that? And the strip sack. Make it even better. Right? Look, I'm going to give y'all my initial thoughts. I think Coop's going to jump in. I know he's looking for the link in his text. Let me resend it to him. Week after week, same thing. Look at this. Pull up some of these numbers, right? We got, for the uninitiated, look at that. 8 for 16 on third down. 50%. Way better. 349. We gave up 269, which is more than I wanted, but we gave up less than 200 yards passing. We gave up less than 100 yards running. 2.8 yards a carry. You can't beat that. That's a big one, right? that's probably the one thing that jumped out to me. Jackson Arnold, just under 100 yards rushing. The scrambling was good. Mensah was 14 for 33. He was not good in this game. So, I mean, people believing that the secondary was not that good. 14 for 33 says they were. So, that's the biggest thing. We got Coop in the house. What's up, Coop?
Hey, brother.
Happy game win day.
Happy victory.
We got a W. To me, that's what matters. We got the dub, right? A lot of people going to complain, but Coop, we got the W.
Yeah, it's, I mean, I was just looking at the stats. I had a buddy over watching the game with me. He hadn't been in here in a long time. And, we're going over the stats, and it looks, I mean, there wasn't a lot of separation. We looked with like 4 minutes left in the game, and I thought that the time of possession was going to be a massive separation again. I thought that the yardage was going to be a massive separation again, and it wasn't. I mean, it was pretty much the same. You wanted to see steps in the right direction. You wanted to see, that's what you want to see. You want to see the deep shots not be significant. And got my emotional support dragon. Everybody, here is the little guy.
Yeah.
So you wanted to see that, but all in all, your goal is here. I mean, this is what we're going to have this season. We're not going to have 65-15. We're not going to have 52-10. You're not going to have 55-35. You're going to have. This is the type of game that you're going to have, and until these guys get all the injured fellows get back. This is what you're going to have. Always asking for somebody else is not always the answer. So we as fans need to realize that, like, you can't. I mean, we don't find new. We don't find new ideas that the coaching staff has not explored at this point. So,
right.
You got to keep that. I mean, we saw Ozida come in. Ozida, I mean, he had a lot of misses, and but this is the season that we have in front of us. It's going to be some tough games, and you're going to be a possession by possession game. I mean, I text messaged you early in the game. I said, hey, we're going to have a good run out in the first half, and then we're going to come back to earth in the second half. And is there a storyline outside of that? I mean, it was a good run out in the first half.
It's a tradition as old as the game itself. That's what we've done this entire season, right? We're, again, like you said, I mean, the most valid point there is we're still banged up, right? We're banged up, and we're trying to get back healthy. We won. Jackson Arnold, that pick six was bad, but at the same time, he felt the pressure immediately came. To me, in that play, he should have threw it at Burke's legs instead of trying to complete a pass. I get why he tried to complete a pass. I wouldn't have tried to complete a pass. That wouldn't have been a situation I would have tried to complete a pass. I would have just thought right at his legs, boom, incompletion. Yeah. Incomplete that bad boy. But I'll say this, though. He was controlling that offense really good.
Yes.
We weren't trying to go deep in this game purposefully. Keep that in mind. We need to get just going. And shout out to Seth Luttrell on the play call. It appears that he was listening to the Sooner or Later sports show as well as Locked On Sooners, because you guys have heard me ad nauseum over and over. Coop has jumped in there as well as my guy John over there Locked On. Over and over. Just dump the ball. On a regular basis. Just dump it.
Get yards.
Okay? Just dump it. Get rid of the ball, and we'll be fine long term. But you got to take advantage of things by dumping the ball. And we did, right? You had 8 different receivers catch the ball. Deion Burks, of course, is our top guy, 7 catches for 80 yards. Tatum caught the 1 touchdown. We covered the spread with ease, actually. We covered the original spread. The original spread was 14. on the open. Oh, actually opened at 14.5, and we got won by 15. So, Coop, to me, I'm not upset. We won. Now the pressure happens this week as everybody's asking the question.
Very much.
How does Oklahoma beat Tennessee? We'll talk about Tennessee later this week. But right now, Coop, I do want to sit here and enjoy the fact that we won this game. The defense did a lot of work, right? We weren't perfect on defense, but guess what? We didn't let no big plays really go, right? We were as soon as the catch was made, for the most part, we made tackles, which I'm very happy about that.
And I got to say, the AAC refs, the Big 12 refs last week, I mean, that's not what we're going to see in conference play. I mean, there were more questionable calls on holding and pass interference that I think don't get called in the regular season with the SEC. That's competitive football. But at the same time, I mean, like, the defense, this is where competitive depth becomes a real thing, is you've got to be able to stay in there, continue to rotate guys in and out, and make a play when it becomes an opportunity. And I think that there are, you see big plays in the past, and they lead to other big plays, and they lead to touchdowns. That didn't happen this week. The defense showed up, with Bowman's interception. That was a big piece right there. It was multiple guys run the ball, multiple guys rallying to the ball. And listen, man, if you think that the refs, there have been some really ticky-tack calls, and when the announcers, even though it's Dusty, who absolutely tries to be as distant from a fanboy as you can potentially be. There's competitive plays being called against us, and that led, that actually extended 2 different drives where guys were making, competitive plays on the ball, and we're not. I mean, it was called holding on one and pass interference on other. I don't think either of those. Last week we had 2 also. And it took away a turnover off the board last week. In the SEC, you're going to see a more competitive game allowed. And you saw them loosen up a little bit towards the end. Guys are going to make plays when it's time to make a play. You saw Tatum take a little bit more of a role in this offense. We are still, 28 points through 3 games, was that the stat, or 29 points, under 30 points in the first 3 games. I mean, that's what we've wanted. We wanted a defense who is going to be able to help us win games. So if you can have a defense who's going to do a good job, you keep on making steps, on the offensive side, you get guys healthy. That's what it's going to take to win this. And I promise you, if we get to the end of the year and there are very few losses in the loss column, and every single win is an ugly win, nobody's going to be complaining. I mean, I guess it's Oklahoma. People are still going to be complaining, but it's still going. Now, do I think that Tennessee is an extremely daunting task, and do I think that we have our hands absolutely full next week? Very much. Very much. As of right now, do I pick Tennessee or do I pick Oklahoma? I mean, I probably pick Tennessee still at this point. But, right now I'm feeling it's a toss-up game. Let's see who plays next week. Let's see who suits up.
So right now, in this last game, your run game looked a little bit better. Barnes got 14 carries, 53 yards, about 3.8 yards a carry. Tatum got us 9 carries for 27 yards, 3 yards a carry. He got the touchdown, which was awesome, of course, with a max of 8. Sawchuk, 6, 16, 2.7. Run game still isn't where we want it to be. We need a little bit more. And I love this from T. Damn, guys, who has Tennessee played to make y'all think they are so damn good? I don't know. Everybody's just down on Oklahoma, to be absolutely honest. And I'm in the exact same boat. I haven't seen anything that's just that uber impressive based upon their competition. Watch them. Heck, I just watched NC State have to come back against Louisiana Tech. They were struggling in that game. Happens, right? So, yeah, we'll see. And their QB had a bad game. Their defense was solid. Their defense is solid. But I'll give it this though. Burks was our top guy. You had a lot from you had a running back by committee, 182 yards total. With Jackson Arnold deciding to go ahead and just use them legs he got. I like the fact that he decided to step up and scramble and go through those holes. He's been had that capability. It's bothersome that he didn't go for it, but 18 for 29 on the game, 169 and a touchdown. Not mad. I'm glad that he actually started dropping the passes though. Like, dump. I needed more of that, right? And I, honestly, I think that's why the Burks interception happens, because they knew that we were going to dunk it there. It made sense to keep those dunks going. But Coop, looking at this, man, defensively, only giving up 269 yards, under 200 passing, under 100 rushing in a game that we probably should have gave up more. Pretty satisfied. And we got 2 turnovers, so that keeps our turnover ratio at what? +7 on the season with JA's interception.
And just throwing this out, they score 12 points on offense. 12 points.
They scored 12 points on offense. That's actually pretty darn good. I'm actually very satisfied with that.
Is the defense going to continue to let people go down the field and play after play after play? Eventually, you're going to make a mistake.
Yeah,
I mean, it is. You're going to tighten up, and for everybody, saying nobody wants to go in and play this defense. I mean, nobody sees this defense as like, we got the remedy. That ain't happening. I mean, this defense is legitimate. Nobody wants to play that. Nobody wants to go in and mess with this. And so, I would rather have this defense in an offense who might be able to make it happen than a solid offense and a defense who needs a hope and a prayer to make anything happen.
Yeah, I know that people don't like the referee statement, but bro, there was so much holding in that game. It was crazy. And they started to increase the protection for a bit, but as Gerald McCoy said it, we need to get a lot more pressure, which I think we will. I think we'll get more pressure as season goes.
Quinn just threw a very ugly interception against UTSA. A very ugly. He's had a few very ugly interceptions. So, listen, man, I know you guys are riding high right now, but just what's the exact words from our era, Jay? Chickadee, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Listen, this defense is better than anything that you guys have faced. And so just focus on what you're going to do and don't get too cocky, because you guys couldn't handle the defense, which was not as good last year. Plain and simple.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll get to that. We'll get to them whenever it's time to get to them. There's no point even talking about them at this point, to be absolutely honest. But no, in this game, though, I'm happy with the pace of the game. I'm happy with how we ran our play sets. We had long drives. First drive was 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 46 seconds, which I'm very happy with. We had a 3-minute 25 one, which is pretty good. The 2 touchdown ones were just under 2 minutes, which kind of surprising, but did well there. Come back, 5 minutes and 40 minutes 5 minutes and 40-second drive. It was awesome, right? It's good to see the offense taking its time and driving down the field. I like an offense that's controlling itself. That's all that matters.
And again, crunch time. R. Mason Thomas. Let's give it up to R. Mason Thomas. That dude just had, Marcus Strong week 1 had himself a nice little series of plays. R. Mason Thomas, I don't know if there's outside of returning that fumble for a touchdown, that dude owned 4 straight plays, and he made it happen. So everybody's been waiting for the edges to get their opportunity. R. Mason Thomas was inches away. Caden Woolard inches away all game long, and then now you saw those guys ball out at the end. And so I'm pretty excited. I mean, again, there's a lot of people who are wondering, could OU win this game because of what's going on offense? You took steps. That's what's going to continue to have to happen, is take steps every single week and continue to get better. And you're still playing with fourth string, third string guys. You're playing with guys completely out of position.
Yep. Playing a lot of guys out of position.
And so we saw it. We saw early in the game, Jackson Arnold being able to, Jay, I feel like we said this once or twice in the combination of shows, but run to the edge, get the ball out to the running backs on the side, and continue to get that to happen. And that's still without Andrell Anthony playing. That's still without Nick Anderson playing. Farouk's not coming back. Jaden Gibson's not coming back. You continue to do that. So now we get continuation. The kicking game looked good before the ridiculous delay of game. Homeboy hits a 50-yarder. He hits the other. Field goal today. Punting game looked good. Listen. If you are an offense, you know that as of right now, you're going to come out and you're going to have to put together an 8-minute drive, dink and dunk here and there, and make sure that there's no tip balls, there's no oops by the offensive line, there's no tip balls by the wide receivers. You have to earn it on offense right now, and that's what this defense is doing. Still playing base.
The good thing is that we're getting healthier, and we're trying to look like a little bit. Offensive line's got some work, though. Still got to continue to grow on the offensive line.
Very much.
We're getting healthier. That's the only thing that matters, right? Zeta, we got to get him doing a little bit better. I like that we slid Sexton to the left tackle. Brian Zeta, I was hoping we'd see more EPL, but we have not seen any EPL. That was who I was wanting to see on the field. Unfortunately, that was the one player I wanted to see go. But we didn't.
And I think continuation of this is you have to have a baseline of what is the thing that you can really, what's your stake in the ground, what's your staple. And I think you saw Bates with a couple at times. I think that you saw a couple of times where the right side of the line really was questionable, the left side of the line that was questionable. It's hard to rotate a lot of guys in. It really is. You saw Beanbo on the sideline. They came back from a break on TV, and they showed Bill just going pretty rough shot after their pick six. He's continuing to coach because even though that you're going to get guys healthy, these guys are going to be relied upon. So there's a lot there. And so again, you cover the spread, you score 34 on offense after a week that you did nothing last week. Our identity on offense is going to have to be moving the ball around. There were, you got a couple of big runs by the running backs that drew the guys up. Not going deep. Everybody's playing at the line of scrimmage. And then what happened after that? Jackson pulls the ball multiple times and for some big runs. I mean, technically, he did run for 100-plus yards. Sacks take that back. But this guy is continuing to run. So that is another faction of the offense that you're going to have to plan for. You're going to have to pay attention to. Because if it is an RPO, you've got to go sideline to sideline. And you cannot hone in on everything you cannot hone on anything. You've got to play the entire field. That's what you wanted to see. You wanted to see another step from this offense this week with patch and glue, duct tape, make it work offensive line.
So now what we've got to wait and see is what wide receivers are going to be ready to play this weekend. That's where we're at. The good thing is we saw Nick Anderson out there stretching, moving around, helmet on. We saw Andrell Anthony, no knee brace, moving around. That's encouraging.
Yeah.
When we go up in the first game. That's very encouraging. I did like seeing Peyton Bowen back there receiving punts.
Everything looked great this week.
That was pretty solid there, right? I was pretty excited about that. And to be honest, for our defense, this was a great test against Tulane. We gave up 13 points technically because they missed their extra point on the.
That may have been the ugliest extra point I've ever seen in my life.
That was the ugliest extra point I'd ever seen in my life.
Dude, dude definitely took the turf with him. I mean, he hit the
so bad. I don't know how that happened. It's gonna be one of the bloopers this for the rest of the week. But I'll say this though, the defense got pushed, and the secondary finally got pushed, which I'm excited about. That's exactly what we wanted. We needed the secondary to get pushed by a quarterback that was going to try on them. He kept trying to go deep, couldn't get it.
He did.
He kept getting enough pressure and we did well in our one-on-ones, which was what matters. He had to complete a lot more of the shorter passes. I cannot wait for PFF to complete their report on the passing area, because I think I counted like 4 deep ones until later in the game. So we did pretty good with that. We finally ran in 21 personnel, especially at goal line. That put a smile on my face. I was excited about that. I wanted 21 personnel. Give me 2 backs. 2 backs is awesome. We got 2 turnovers in this game. We gave up 1. That fumble by R. Mason Thomas, the strip sack, or the sack fumble we got. Yeah. I'm pretty happy that that he was able to get there. I mean, getting loose and getting 3 sacks basically in a row. I'm trying to figure out, did one of their tackles come out the game or something? Because him and PJ were pressuring Mensah at the end.
Yeah, you saw when you line up across PJ, even though he has not much to show himself in statistically, you have I mean, it's you're going to rotate guys. And so that puts somebody one-on-one. You're getting PJ one-on-one, or you're getting R. Mason Thomas one-on-one. And so, again, I mean, I just say this is you got the defense continuing to be able to rotate guys in and out. You're getting guys who are continually making plays. You know, I'm not super worried. Nobody is going out there against this defense and going, man, like, why did this guy have a career night against our defense? It was every single week, every single year for the past, I don't know how many years. And nobody did anything spectacular against this offense. I mean, leading receiver, 59 yards. Leading rusher, 3.7 yards carry, 71 yards. Longest pass or rush we gave up was 22. And so it's you continue to do that.
That was late. Correct. That was late in the game too. So
that was Mario because he had 1 catch up until about 5 minutes left in the game. And so,
we were watching out for that boy.
Yeah, and guys are getting hit. Guys are getting the pressure put on them. So, again, like I said, this is going to be Oklahoma football this year. It is going to be ugly games that you continue to put the pressure on, and it is absolute that you have to, as a quarterback or as an offense, if you can't get easy things, you got to be willing to grind. And that's hard for quarterbacks to do, is to absolutely get out there and grind.
So it's funny. Last possessions of the game for Tulane, we had punt, interception, down in 4 plays only, and then fumble in 5 plays, giving up 19 yards, -8, 9, 3, and 13. So the defense clamped down at the end. Coming out of the halftime, they seemed like they were a little lax. It was also hot. It was a little hot. It was very hot. That's why most of the fans was bouncing. But going from 6 plays, 13 yards, 3 plays, 3 yards, 4 plays, 9 yards, interception on that one, 4 plays, -8, 5 plays, 19. Sounded like the defense clamped down at the end. Now, we were pretty lax on that last drive by them. That's kind of how that was like, come on, guys. We got to close that out. We got to close that out at the half. Stay focused. We can do it. But overall, still got to grind it out. We're grinding out every win. It's weird.
It's going to have to be.
Weird having a defense that's doing all the work. The offense the offense will catch up once we get back healthy. I've told y'all this since the beginning of the season. Health is going to be our biggest thing. Right now, we need to get healthy, which is Nick Anderson and Andrew Anthony coming back, Branson Hickman coming back at center, Troy Everett coming back as our backup center, right? Or even playing guard now that he's like 315, 320. He's gotten big. Yeah. So once we get healthy, I mean, being down to your third string center is a huge deal that you can celebrate based upon just how we were playing, right? It's hard to get run game continuity, pass game continuity, especially because when you're dealing with linemen that are out on a regular basis. We got to get healthy, and we're almost there. We're almost there.
Like I said, you continue to get healthy. You're 3-0. That's the goal, right? The goal is to win the game. It's not to win by a certain amount. It's not to win. It is if you have one more point than the other team, that is the game. If you want to dirty up every single game and make that happen, let's make it happen. Listen, and nobody's happy. Nobody's saying that like we dominated one side of the ball or the other. It's you competed every single play. Whatever you did, you kept grinding, you kept going, you kept playing. You're still playing without Gentry Williams, your starting corner. You're still playing, with a dinged up Kip Lewis. You're still playing with, you said third string, fourth string, center. Because I'm still going, Hickman as the number one. Who cares? You're playing with. One of four centers. Jackson Arnold has not had anybody consistent in front of him. And it's a W. You continue to W. That is what the goal is. The goal is to win the game. And
we're here to get dubs. And that's all that matters. All that matters is
they're driving.
Right. You just need healthy people. That's all you need.
They're driving down to win, to go up or get the ball close. We flex. They're driving again. We pick the ball off. We turn it around and we score. They got a good piece and got back in the game with the pick six on Jackson Arnold. And what did Jackson do? He nutted up and he went down and we scored. So again, it is. And I mean, listen, if you had to make me pick next week, I say I lean Tennessee. If with this team and this iteration, with nobody else added to this game. But you're going to see some more guys coming up.
I'm happy with the fact that we actually had to run our third string center. And we still played well. Jackson overall played very well. Right?
Yeah.
He made his mistakes that any quarterback makes. But he did well seeing the field. He did well getting rid of the ball. He did well stepping up in the pocket. I think that's the one thing that I was happiest most about him, which I can't wait to do my rewatch. I'll do my rewatch and then I'll do my morning after. First thing in the morning, I'm going to rewatch the game tonight. Actually, I'm about to grab my iPad, get some food, and do that. But I was happy with how he basically got the ball, got the hike, stepped up into the pocket, and he looked like he kind of felt the pressure, but he would get rid of the ball when he needed to. Now, I mean, some of the sacks, can't do anything about it when you have a free blitzer coming dead at your chest, right?
Very much.
Is what it is. Or you have an edge that stunts and goes around. But I'm really happy with how I'm really happy with how he got rid of the ball. I'm happy how Seth and them, how they wrote the offense to where he can get rid of the ball quickly. I'm happy how he stepped up and was getting rid of the ball quickly, right? Barnes catches that pass, that's a first down. Right? You get drop passes. Burks catches that pass across the middle, which was perfect for the situation. First down. So, yeah. That's how it goes. Furry, thanks for the $2. Depth Quest, how does the season look for SEC play? Most of our depth is coming back next week. They were all working out before this game. I thought they were going to play them, but they didn't. So you'll get Dolby back. You'll get Hickman back. You'll get
Everett.
Nick. Nick Anderson back. You'll get Troy Everett back. You'll get Andrell
There's
Anthony
Tom
back.
McCullough.
We just need him to actually play Andrell so we can see how comfortable he is on that knee. We should get McCullough back. We saw him moving around. So we got a lot of folks that are coming back that we've been waiting for. So I'm pretty happy about that. That's what's important.
Wilson, again, you're 3-0. You wanted to see the offense look better. The offense looked better. You wanted to, and the offense was not going to, if the offense went out and threw up 56 points and had 0 struggles, that's where I would go. That means this team sucks. That means the Tulane team sucks. This team does not suck. They've had the opportunity to. I think they should have probably beat K-State last week. You got to absolutely just come out and bow down to Tulane. They're a tough team. This is a team that has continued to win big against big teams the past couple of years. And there was a lot of people saying this, OU was going to lose. A lot of people saying OU was going to lose. OU was not going to cover. OU was not going to be able to do any of these things. And so they had opportunities. They made adjustments. They got the ball out of Jackson's hands. We called it. This was going to be an early season. You would see the first half. You would see massive improvements, and then you would see them make adjustments. So next week, what do I expect? I expect the same thing. I expect this offense to come out a little bit healthier. There's going to be some rust on some of these guys, and to expect no rust is silly. You're going to see some of these guys coming back in, and you're going to continue to see a better team every single week with the. Oh, I'm seeing the chat. Viewers just went down.
That's not good.
We're on a commercial break. So, again,
so I'm gonna go look.
Worry about your team. We're going to worry about ours. We've seen this. We know it's not pretty. We know it's not delightful. I'm not happy about this, but at the same time, when you are on offensive lineman number 9, 10, and 11 in some cases, and you are rolling out a 150-pound true freshman wide receiver as a starter, that's not what you're wanting to see from a NCAA Division I, top 25 program. You don't want to see that. You saw a lot of the guys. Nick Anderson looked like he was bouncing around. He's been in street clothes every single other game. Troy Everett, same thing. Deshaun McCullough, same thing. So now we get to see. Can this team go out and lose to Tennessee next week? Yes. Yes, yes, they can. Does that mean that this season is going to go downhill from there? No, it does not mean that. But we're going to have a competitive game next week, and we'll be in there. Jay, you and I will both be there. So, again, if I thought we were going to go to our asses handed to us, I would not be as happy as I am right now. But I'm very happy because we are taking the steps appropriate. You get through the times that you have to, and this team does not win this game 2 years ago. Not at all.
Absolutely not. I don't think we win this in the O regime, especially with all the changes. Crystal, I love this question. Can you describe Jackson Arnold in 3 words? Growing every single day. That's 4 words.
That's 4 words. But
I purposely did.
Growing
but he's growing every day. He's growing every day.
You saw him go to the sideline after the pick 6. He went to the sideline. I think that he looked like he wanted to yell at somebody, but he did not. He knew that he could have grounded that ball. He could have absolutely grounded that ball, and it could have happened right there. And Arch Manning just threw a touchdown. So Arch Manning is in. Pass
It's
over
Arch
the
Manning
middle
season,
to
baby.
DeAndre Moore. So again, worry about that because now you have a situation you didn't want to have on your hands. But I promise you this, guys, is this Oklahoma team is going to lean on its defense. You found the identity. You found the opportunity to go sideline to sideline, and we are going to have ourselves a very, very good a good situation going on because we're going to have some of the health coming back, and
right.
guys now know that, hey, listen, my every single one of my decisions is going to help us out in the macro, and I think that that's what this team does.
Yeah, that's really it. So, all right, looks like Brent Venables is up here on the podium. I'm going to go watch that.
Yeah.
Any last words, Coop?
No, we'll see you guys here tomorrow night, and I'll have at least one more look at the game. And again, if you guys go watch people, there's going to be content creators who want to be negative and they want to be the guys that are right. Look at the game, see what it is. There's a lot to be happy about. There's a lot to continue to be hopeful about. But anybody who is being one way or the other is doing it for clicks. And so let's just keep within yourself.
It's always about better, never best. And that's what we're doing. So, yep. Boomer, we see the chat. We see all this. We just let y'all hang out with each other and talk. We give y'all our thoughts. We'll go from there. I'm going to be pulling, you'll have my, I'll have my morning after, first thing in the morning. About to go listen to Brent Venables, see what he says. And, yeah. We'll
Jay,
chop it up each. Huh?
I had too many to read the chat all the way through. So,
Yeah. I love it. I love that y'all talk back and forth, man. I appreciate it. And our goal next week is to go 4-0. So we will work it. And, we'll chop it up soon. Peace.